Hello everyone, this is PokeFan or Mavaging Guard. Now I'm going to be talking about my high school life. I'm only going to be getting to when my brother came home, but otherwise, like talking about my new life, I'm not going to get into that. So, my freshman year was the year I took driver's ed. Probably, I'd say the best year I've had in high school, because that's the one where I've never really got trouble. Okay, so first semester for a quarter I had driver's ed, and then second quarter we went on to PE. So that was first period. And second period I had math. Third period I had science. Fourth period I had foods. Fifth period I had world history. Sixth period was lunch. Seventh period was a study hall. Then 8th period was English, 9th period was life skills, and then 10th period, it was activity period first semester, then they switched it to like a 15-minute homeroom. So, what I'm going to say is that probably the scariest part on that year was me taking driver's ed. And plus, there were so many hours, because we had to do like 40 hours a day and 10 hours and nighttime. It was ridiculous. It's just how my state does it, which I'm not going to say what state I live in, but yeah. Driver's ed, I just absolutely hated that class, but I earned something, my license, but I don't want to get into that right now. I had to deal with some really annoying girls my freshman year. Not going to mention names, in my math and science class and English class, and it was just all annoying. And, yeah, freshman, and that's the year I joined Boy Scouts too. And then I'll talk about that summer. I was in a program, I don't want to say what it is, where they had kids. We always go to the pool and do all that. And I also went to scout camp that year. And I think the troop I was with, they were just a bunch of jerks, to be honest. They were selfish to me, and yeah, I was struggling to get along with them, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of that way with school too, because I used to have all kinds of friends in grade school, but really in high school, they just started to turn on me. Kids were telling me what to do, especially in PE classes. And I had a PE teacher that was really creepy my freshman year, but they fired him. And they also had another teacher that done something bad, but he got fired for that too, which I didn't have that teacher. But yeah, now we're going to move on to my sophomore year. And I had a cousin that was graduating that year. That was the year I just wanted to quit Scouts. First period I had desktop publishing, the best teacher in the world. That was one of my favorite classes. I like learning about computers. And the second period was math. Third period was English. Fourth period was history. I actually really liked my history teacher. Fifth period was study hall. Sixth period was lunch. And then seventh period was science. Eighth period, I had PE first semester. Then I switched to health. And then ninth period, I had life skills. Because my freshman year, life skills was cooking. Then sophomore year, life skills was sewing. I really enjoyed those classes, but they're not my favorite. And then 10th period was homeroom, which probably my sophomore year, that was probably the best homeroom ever, because I really enjoyed that teacher. Even though it's unfortunate to me to see him gone, but yeah, he's one of the best teachers in the world. And yeah, I'd done a couple parades for the scout because I was raising the flag at the parade, but one of the parades I wasn't too happy with, but yeah, not going to go into detail. Alrighty, let's go on to my junior year. And my schedule is going to be confusing because first semester I had living environment, and then second semester I switched on to school to work aid. Second semester, I had history. Third period, I had civics. First semester, then second semester, resource management. Then fourth period, I had math. Fifth period, I had English first semester. And then second semester, I switched on to a study hall. Then sixth period, I had lunch. And then 7th period, I had study hall first semester, and then second semester was a school to work period. 8th period was PE, and then 9th period was desktop publishing first semester, and then second semester I switched on to English, and then 10th period it was another homeroom, and I kind of hated this homeroom because a teacher was trying to get me to sell gas cards for, you know, the senior trip, and I said I'm not doing this. I'd be throwing those things away, and other kids was like, you'd have to pay for that if you throw them away. Really, I just don't really care, to be honest. I'm not selling stuff. It's ridiculous. I mean, I got stuff to do at home. Really. And my English teacher was awful that year. She gave me persuasive essays, and she was the worst. I like to consider her the devil. And I know I don't like to say that, but I consider her to be the devil. But, yeah. And, yeah. Worst year ever. And they made me take the SAT and everything else. I had that testing, and I had two other testings I had to do, and it was just awful. And now we're going to move on to my senior year, my last year. Okay, first period I had science, second period I had English, third period I had study hall, fourth period I had a school to work period, then fifth period was lunch. They switched from the junior high lunch to high school lunch. They switched the lunches. I didn't like that. Sixth period was PE. Seventh period, they switched the homerooms too, and I didn't like it, from 10th period to 7th period. I didn't like that. 8th period, I had culinary, and 9th and 10th period, those were both school to work periods. And that year was just boring too. I just did not like it, to be honest. But then again, it was better than my junior year. And my school to work period, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, because I'd always be working at the school, and I'd be cleaning up the bleachers and cleaning up the gym floors and, you know, cleaning up the railings. It's just so darn boring. But then Wednesday and Fridays I'd get lucky because I'd worked at a thrift store, and working at the thrift store was awesome. I really liked the people there. I'm not going to mention their names or anything, but yeah, it's a local thrift store. I just had to walk. I don't have a car, so I'd usually sign out and just go on ahead, because it was in the middle of town, and the high school's like west of it just a little bit. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun working there, and that's when I got Dean and Ellie Mae, my dogs. And I still have them. Sorry I don't feature them in videos much. It's just I don't want to feature them in shout-out videos. But if you want to see Dean, then that's great. That's when I created Dean's page. And my brother's page, he made Cooper. He got Cooper my junior year. And then that summer, my junior year was awful too, because we had a bunch of family members pass away, and my brother had to come home for that, and it was ridiculous. And I stayed with my brother for a couple weeks. It was okay, I guess, but in my junior year's where my brother got married, so yeah, I was always wearing my orange shirt because orange is my favorite color. But yeah. And now we're going to move on to the last part, is when I graduated high school. Yay! Yep, I graduated high school, earned my diploma, then I had a little party. I invited some family. I did get a bunch of gifts. I almost earned $1,000 for graduation. Don't be jealous of me, people, but I'm not going to laugh at you or anything, but I just earned a lot of money. And then after that, my brother came home and he celebrated with us, and so did his wife, and Cooper and Dixie came along too, but I'm sorry that I could not make more videos of them. It's just, like, with Cooper and Dixie, it's just, I'm just so busy with stuff, and yeah, and then we ate out to celebrate graduation, and there was just a lot of celebration going on. I had cake, and I also had another graduation cake too. It was like a little ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. It was a lot of stuff. I mean, yep. Mavi Guard, class of 2018. See you guys later.